you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be giving you guys my quarter 4 review. I am so pleased to say, so pleased, so excited to tell you that we are officially finished with our homeschool year. And it has been a long time coming, and so I cannot believe that it is here. Summer is here for us, and I can't be more thrilled. But I will say that it did not come without its struggles, but there were also some highlights as well. So I am going to share with you some of our recap for quarter 4, kind of what we're doing during the summer, and then I have a very exciting surprise for my homeschool, at least, to share with you guys, and I am really excited to share that with you. So I'm gonna jump into our quarter 4 recap. As you guys may have known, you may not know, every year I have a teacher planner, a homeschool planner that I get, and then I doctor it up a lot because you know most of the planners are not geared for homeschooling mamas. And so I just have this one right here, and it was just from a teacher store, and so I went through and I added a whole bunch of things of my own. And one of the things that I do, and I've done this for a while, but something that I do at the beginning of every quarter is I go ahead and I make goal sheets for my kids, and I break it up by quarter. And so at the beginning of every quarter, I just quickly write down goals that I want them to have for language arts and for math. Now, next year we're going to be starting a whole lot more subjects, as you guys saw in my haul for the 2021-2022 homeschool year. And so we have a lot more goals that I'm going to be needing to put on here. So I'm probably going to have to make this a little bit bigger. But anyway, and so at the beginning of each quarter, I just quickly jot down some things that I would like to see my children strive for and hopefully achieve. And then at the end of every quarter, I stick in, let me see if I can find it, I stick in a quarter review sheet. And it's just something that helps me to kind of keep track of where I am with my goals for my kids. And so here was the quarter 1 review, and it just says on the top, like, highlights, struggles, quarter 1 goals met, and then any changes or adjustments that I need to make at the bottom. And again, I do that for every quarter. And so that was quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 3, and then quarter 4, which is what I'm going to be referencing today. Again, I just think about the past quarter and where we were, the struggles that we had, and I just jot it down really quickly. Now, I will say, like I kind of mentioned in the beginning, entire quarter has just been a huge struggle. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what happened. I mean, we were chugging along. We were doing everything that we had been doing in quarter 3. Nothing new for the most part happened. I suppose the only big thing that really changed was that we kind of started to incorporate our mess maker, you know, our 2-year-old, a little bit more into our day. And at first she stayed over in her little toy area that we have over there, and there's like a baby gate, you know, separating us. And she was fine over there for about 2 weeks. And then she kept coming over here to this side, and she would just get into all of our books and all of our stuff, and she would just be everywhere. And I mean, I guess saying that out loud doesn't seem like a big deal, but y'all, I'm telling you, it's so distracting and it's really stressful. And so that is one of the definite things I think that went into just having this quarter be a huge struggle for me as the teacher and as a parent in general. But you know, this is our 3rd year homeschooling. Okay, so we just completed our 3rd year, and so we've been on this journey, and I have several homeschool moms that I have liked on like social media, and I follow them and everything, and they're veterans, you know, they have high schoolers or they've graduated kids, you know, and so they've been doing this a long time, And they all say there are seasons that are just so hard. Like, homeschooling is hard in general, but there's just definite seasons where it is a struggle. And I feel like I was in that season this quarter. I don't know what it was. And so I am so very glad for our summer break. But I am gonna go, and there were highlights, and I will definitely go through the highlights and whether we met our goals that I had set out or not. So the first thing, and I know again it seems kind of trivial, but we finished all of our curriculum pieces. There were not any lessons that we left undone. There's not any pages that we left undone. And for me, I'm a checkbox mama. I love checkboxes. I love getting everything done and completed. And so if I'm paying for a curriculum, you know, I want to make sure that I'm utilizing the most that I can out of it, so I'm not wasting any of my investment. And so we did do that. We did complete all of our curriculum pieces, and I am thrilled. I'm happy. I'm really excited about that. The other thing that I have definitely noticed as a highlight is from the beginning of the year until now, my kids' reading abilities. Again, The Good and the Beautiful is known. I mean, guys, they're known for really helping to enrich and develop that reading comprehension, the reading skill in general, of just like the fluidity and sounding out big words, and all of that goes into it. But my kids have definitely upped their game in reading, and I am so proud of both of them. The other thing that we did really well this year, I guess this quarter, was for some reason we played the Keys of History game, right? And it comes with the Good and the Beautiful History Level 1, your year 1. We played that game so often this quarter, and I was not expecting my kids to retain as much of history as they did. Like, I was very comfortable with just having this year be like an introductory to history, you know, and having them maybe just keep the little nuggets here and there, but they actually retained a lot. And I was just like, oh my goodness, like, I can't believe you guys remember this. But they do. And so that was definitely a highlight, is seeing my kids discover history and start to kind of develop a passion for it, because history is very important. Seeing that light in my kids, that fire for that knowledge of history, is really encouraging. And so I'm really excited for next year when they get older and they can understand a little bit more and retain a little bit more. We're just going to keep building and building. And again, we started history early enough that we can circle through twice, maybe 3 times. It just depends on how things go. But yeah, that was a definite highlight. The other thing for a highlight would be, I guess, their math. I am blown away at how quickly and how efficiently my daughter has picked up her math facts. This is her kindergarten year, and she has been very good with all of her math facts. Now, my son, on the other hand, he's doing a very good job as well. And I noticed at the end of his assessment that we were getting stuck on some math facts. And so that's going to be something that we definitely work on this summer. And so for the whole, were my quarter 4 goals met? Yes, they were. One of the things that I had set out on my goal sheet in the front of my planner for quarter 4 was to find a serving opportunity. That has recently been on my heart, to get my kids involved in serving somewhere. And so it's hard with the 2-year-old to serve, just because she's everywhere all the time. And that's not like, she's a 2-year-old, and that's what they do. They explore their world, but it's just really hard to watch her, watch my kids, and get whatever we're serving, like, get that done at the same time. And it's just been a struggle for me to find something that fits our family dynamic right now. You know, in this season, we did do a few serving days with our church. We wiped down a fence at a children's camp for the summer, and you know, again, it doesn't seem like that's like a big thing, but it took us about 4 hours to do. And they were troopers and they did their best. They didn't complain too much, but they knew that they were helping the camp get ready for the summer. And to see that, and they were so excited too, and to see that did make me happy that we did get to have a few times where we did serve, but not in the capacity or the amount that I wanted to. So again, as my little one grows up, I think it will be easier for us to go and to volunteer at, you know, different ministries and different organizations. That is a dream for later times, because right now it's just not possible with a 2-year-old. Next, I do want to say that we did not meet our goals in the area of spelling. I wanted to finish all of my son's level 1 and level 2 language arts spelling words. We did not finish level 2 spelling words. And also at the beginning of quarter 4, I wanted to start with spelling with my daughter. Just like 4 or 5, maybe 6 words every week. She seemed that she was ready and she wanted to do spelling like Jonathan did, but it did not ever really come to pass. And so I do think that was a definite fail on my part. I just didn't make it happen. It could have, okay, so it could have, but I'm gonna be transparent. It was just really my fault that it didn't happen. So that was a fail on our quarter 4 goals. But changes and adjustments, like what would I change? What am I going to change next year? And I kind of have talked about this. I've kind of alluded to it a few times, but guys, my 2-year-old, I don't know what to do with her. And we went to this homeschool conference back in March, and I went to this talk about like, what do you do with a toddler? Like when you're homeschooling your kids, like what do you do with a toddler? I have no idea. I mean, for the most part of this year, when it came to school, we would put her in her crib and we would give her books, we would give her puzzles, she had stuff to do in her crib, and we would put music on, so it wasn't like she was like alone in a dark room, but like she had stuff to engage her, and she never like complained about it. She was constantly busy with like her books and playing and all of those things, but it was on her own. And so at this conference, you know, it kind of kicked me back to like, homeschooling is not just doing public school at home. Like, and I feel like that is where I got stuck this year in this rut of just like, we have to start at this time and we have to do all the things, and then, you know, that's how it has to be, and there was no flexibility. And I think that you know, that's true for a certain amount of like schoolwork. Like schoolwork has to get done, and I'm not saying that. But like for homeschooling, it's doing home with schooling, not school home, doing school with at home. It's doing home with school. And so she's part of our home, you know, and she's part of the family. And so I think next year, this summer, I'm really going to get down and I'm going to start researching like blocks of time that are dedicated to her in the morning. In the morning is just when we do homeschooling. It's just with that, you know, it fits our schedule best because we have like sporting stuff and activities later in the evening and like dinner and stuff, and that's when my husband comes home. And so I don't want that to be like taken up by school, but I feel like it's just gonna have to be that way for a while, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm still really on the fence because it's just so new, it's so different. I've never done anything like this before, and I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know what it's gonna look like. So if you guys have any suggestions or ideas, like let me know. What kinds of blocks of time should I have? Like puzzles, like coloring, you know, numbers, letters, shapes, colors, reading. Like, how do I incorporate that in the morning and then with the kids' school too? Because I feel like it would just be all in the morning her, and then around lunchtime starting their schoolwork. And then, but see, then they go into later in the evening. And so I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how it's gonna look like. So that's just like a struggle for me to even kind of start planning. That's kind of where I am right now. And so that's my spiel. That's my quarter four end of year wrap up. We had a good year. We had lots of progress on basically every subject that we had. I am so proud of my kids, and we we had struggles, we had ups, we had downs, but we completed another school year, and I am so blessed and thankful that we get to continue to do so next year. On that note, however, for Mother's Day, my husband gave me, guys, check this out. He bought me a new printer. This printer has been circulating around on all of the homeschool, channels for a while, but I'm really excited about it. It is the Epson EcoTank. The model number is the 2760, and wow, I cannot wait to even get into this box and look at it. The printer that we have now does great. There's nothing that I would say is wrong with it, but the ink for that particular printer is like $50 for the combo pack, the black ink and then the colored ink. And I mean, for the amount of paper that a homeschooling parent prints out, we go through it so fast. And I mean, this year alone, we've probably spent around $300 on ink. And so I was so excited to get this because of the EcoTank, and it says that you can print up to 2 years with the same ink. And so I'm really excited to put this to the test. I will keep you guys posted on how it works out for us, but look, I have my own nice printer, my nice EcoTank printer, my ink that lasts up to 2 years, and so I'm really excited to see if that does save us money on ink. So that's my super huge surprise, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to make that part of the administrative side of the homeschool process. So thank you guys for watching. I know I threw a lot of information out there, and it's just, we have to be honest and we have to be really transparent when we do these end of year reviews and the goal settings and all of those things, because this is how we kind of gauge where we are and where we wanted to be. So if you're not being honest and if you're just trying to polish things so that it makes it seem like, oh, our homeschool went perfectly and all of this stuff, like, that's not real, that's not accurate. One of the things that I have been convicted of is to just be as honest and transparent as possible, because everyone has these struggles. I know for a fact that all homeschool parents have these seasons of like, my homeschool was a disaster this year, or this quarter, or for this amount of time, it was just a disaster. Nothing worked. I am still a young homeschooling mama on my journey. Next year will be our 4th year only, and so I'm not pretending to be an expert. I'm not pretending to have any answers at all. I'm just asking for things like, what has helped you guys with toddlers? What has helped you guys with 2-year-olds, and juggling older kids as well? So let me know down in the description box what you guys have for me, any advice, any blogs or websites or any channels or anything like that I need to be checking out to help me with my journey. I would greatly appreciate it. If you guys like this video and the transparency, give me a thumbs up so that I know that I'm not alone. I am not alone in my struggles and in my complete need for this summer break. If you're there with me, give me a thumbs up on that too. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys are having a really great day, and stay tuned for my next video really soon. Bye guys.